iPhone X numbers continue to prove that it's not as popular as many speculated. Samsung just won the crowd for the most copied products of 2017, and the battery nightmare of Apple is going to bring you some benefits if you move quick. I'm Jaime Rivera, and as somebody that should show some delight for Monday, even though I try, at least I'm happy to be back home and back to a regular schedule. This is Pocketnow Daily. The official news today begin with deals. If you're in the market for the LG G6, and you should be, as the LG G7 is apparently not going to happen at MWC, or at least we don't expect it to. B&H currently has the G6 Plus, which has a couple of higher specs, currently for $599, meaning it's 25% off. That's actually a good deal. Even though the V30 continues to be a better phone, the deal is actually compelling. Now let's talk about Apple, mainly because the whole battery debacle is bringing the company some drama that could benefit you. Mainly if you have an iPhone 6 or 6 Plus, the company is having a hard time getting enough stock for all the replacements it's getting. So if you go to a store and they don't have a unit, they might end up giving you an iPhone 6s or 6s Plus. You can learn more details in the description. Now let's talk about Samsung, as well, the company is about to launch the Galaxy S9 in a few weeks, and we know how the company plays with its camera sensors. Some of them are Sony, some of them are Samsung. It's really hard to tell the difference, if any, but we hear that the company is bringing some major changes to the focus capabilities and also the low light performance of the company's own ISOCELL sensors, which don't work as well for other companies as they work for Samsung. Stay tuned. Let's see how that plays out in the end. Now, since we're talking about Samsung, believe it or not, the company has just won the crown for the most cloned devices of 2017. Usually, Apple held this title, and you can go to certain countries and certain regions, and you can notice that there are a ton of smartphones that look a lot like the iPhone and are obviously not. And, well, it turns out that this time the most clones came from Samsung devices, and clones up to the point where they are pretty much, and even titled as a Samsung Galaxy something, and it's actually just a fake phone. You can find a ton of those on eBay. But yeah, it seems that Samsung won the crown. We have Apple next as always. And finally, the most interesting news today have to do with more analytics over what phones sold the most in the holiday season pertaining to iPhones. And for those of you that thought that it would be the iPhone X, believe it or not, no. Apparently, according to numbers, only 20% of iPhones that were sold included the notch. And then after that, believe it or not, the phone that sold the most was the iPhone 8, the regular-sized iPhone 8. 24%, and then trailed back by the iPhone 8 Plus. And this is interesting. I mean, ever since the iPhone 7 Plus, I believe, the phone that sold the most was the Plus variant, or the one that was hardest to get. And now things are flipping around. It leads me to today's question. Why do you think that is? Why do you think the iPhone 8 sold more than the iPhone X? In my case, I think that it's just logical. It's the least expensive of all three phones. Obviously, there is a smaller price tag to pay, and also, I mean, the iPhone 8 was, one, it was really good, and number two, the iPhone X was crazy expensive. Number three, it was harder to get the iPhone X as well. That's my opinion. Leave us a comment down below. We'd love to know yours. Friends, again, if you want to get the news earlier, follow us on Pocketnow.com and subscribe to our channel by hitting this button up here. You can watch last week's Pocketnow Daily up here and our review of the iPhone X down here. You can also follow me on Twitter, Jaime_Rivera, on Instagram at Jaime Rivera. Please give this video a thumbs up if you like what you saw. I'm Jaime Rivera. Thanks so much for watching. We will see you tomorrow.